Snap out.
What, a hot older woman made you feel her pants? It's like crying.
We are live. Welcome, folks, to the American Movie Podcast. This is your host, Matthew Benjamin, and today we're reviewing, no spoilers, so don't worry. If you've never been here before, I go through movies, live streams, and we're available on iTunes, so don't forget to subscribe there. And let's get to it. Murder on the Orient Express. And I was really pumped for this movie. Most notably, just because the star-studded cast, like the caliber is so high of the cast. So let me give you the rundown of the story. There is this extremely competent investigator, Hercule Poirot. I hope that I'm pronouncing that right. And this guy was phenomenal. He was portrayed phenomenal. His actual name is Kenneth Braun. Hope I'm pronouncing that right too. But he did a phenomenal job. Like, he was thoroughly entertaining. It was so fun, and you're pretty much following him throughout the entire movie as kind of like his point of view. So you're kind of following him like that. It's just you're going through the narrative alongside him, like if you were his sidekick. So the story is a super competent investigator. He's on a train. He's on his way to another investigation, and then something occurs, and there's this murder, and he has to solve this murder while this train is debilitated. So it's like it got hit by a snowdrift, and it's got to be worked on. He has to figure out who murdered this person on the train. And there's 12 individuals, and the star-studded cast, there's so many. Okay, so Johnny Depp's on this, Daisy Ridley from Star Wars, Michelle Pfeiffer, Judi Dench, Penelope Cruz, Josh Gad, and William Dafoe. So already it's got my interest. And this was a good movie. It was a little bit slower, but the only nitpicky thing I found was that you couldn't really understand who he was talking about. You didn't really get to connect to the characters. There's 12 of them, so there's an assortment, and there's a limited amount of time to connect to them. But I just would have liked to understood who he was talking about more. So you get to pay very close attention to each individual's name and their background and the story and how they connect to the investigation, pretty much. So, like I said, I don't want to spoil it too much, but it was just a little slow. And it was not bad, though. And it was a cool spectacle. Like, every shot was just beautiful. Everything was gorgeous inside of it. The direction was cool. The production was cool. Like, you're pretty much set inside this train for the most part. And it was just spectacular to look at. Like, every shot was crafted well. And it was just really well done. So just seeing this, and if you like murder mysteries, you're going to like this movie. Just because I didn't foresee who it was. I had like an inkling of some sort of gist of who it was at the end, but not to the degree of which the story panned out. I was pretty blown away at the end. So it was good. It was just, it was definitely above mediocre, and it was not subpar in any shape or form. It was just a little bit slow, and it's mysterious in that way. And I kind of like the allure of this train. Like, I like mysterious trains. I like murder mysteries, and this one's set on a train. And I like haunted trains. Like, that just seems cool. It's a cool setting for a story. And they kind of break it open that way inside the narrative. Like, there's a narrator, and he says, what's the connection? The only connection to the 12 individuals on this train is that they all want to go to the same destination, but they're paddocked together pretty much very closely, and they have to interact, and they would never meet on any other circumstances other than they're going to this destination that they share. So it was really cool to like just get that narration set up that way. So it was really fun, and I enjoyed it. It's just if you like murder mysteries and you kind of want that type of narrative, then you'll like this movie. And like I said, the cast did great. Like, the cast was really good. There was no like dumb character, like oafish character that stuck out. There was no like really comedic relief either. So I just wish they would have connected the characters a little bit better. That's all. That's the only bad thing about it. So if you do like this type of style and genre and noir, then yeah, check it out. So thank you so much for watching. We are available on iTunes Monday through Friday. I do live streams, so stay tuned. Make sure you share and subscribe. I'm trying to grow the channel and on the iTunes. So thank you so much for watching. This has been Matthew Benjamin with the American Movie Podcast. Until next time, folks. Bye.
I've been frozen for 30 years, okay? Throw me a frickin' bone here. Snap out.
What, a hot older woman made you